Hey Math All-Stars, it is Dr. Conklin. We are going to do a short lesson. We're in the Unit 2 packet on page 12. And we're going to review how to solve multi-step inequalities. We're going to practice graphing our solutions as well as writing them in interval notation. So I'm going to sort of bop around a little bit and try some of the harder ones for you guys just so we get a good review and it don't take too much time. So let's start with number 4. The directions say to solve the inequality and graph your solution. So first things first, we're going to pretend like this is almost an equation. I'm going to start to get y by itself. I'm going to take away 5 from both sides. So I have negative 6y is less than or equal to negative 21. Now, in order to solve here, I need to divide. I have to divide both sides by negative 6. So I know you guys know this, a negative divided by a negative is going to turn this into a positive. But what else? When we have an inequality, if we divide by a negative, we need to flip the symbol for the inequality. And I actually am going to just punch this in my calculator and I get 3.5 when I do that. It's going to be a little easier to graph. So let's go down and remember the trick when graphing. You want to put in a couple numbers. So definitely 3, 4, 5, how about 2, 1, 6? So we're going to go to 3.5. So that's going to be halfway, like about right here. We have greater than or equal to. So just a reminder, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, we have a closed circle. Greater than or less than, we have a open circle. So I'm going to do a closed circle at 3.5. And then if I look here, my arrow is pointing to the right. So I'm going to shade this way. Okay? Now, in interval notation, what does that mean? Well, this we said was 3.5, so I'm going to start at 3.5, and I'm going on forever, which we know is infinity. Just a reminder, infinity is always going to have a parentheses, like a curvy parentheses, but when we have a filled-in point, we're going to have our bracket, okay? Let's try, I guess I have an exit ticket in there. Let's actually flip to the next page, page 13, because there's a lot of good examples on here. So let's look at number 7 if we can. And this is a distributive property question. So the first thing we're going to see is that we're going to distribute here. We have 14x plus 5 is less than 14x minus 21. And what's sort of weird about this question, if you just heard me even say 14x, is when I subtract 14x from both sides, what's going to happen here, guys? They're going to cancel, right? This is crazy. So 5 is less than negative 21. So I want you guys to think about that for a second, right? This is like an alligator mouth. It's facing the bigger number. Is this a true or false statement? So if we think about it, this is definitely going to be false, which means, guess what? There is no solution. Now, these problems don't happen very much, but we want to just throw them in so you guys know. All right, let's pop down to number 9. So it says, your turn, solve the inequality and graph the solution. So let's look at this. We're going to treat this just like an equation. I'm going to take away 3x from both sides. So 2x minus 12 is less than or equal to negative 4. In order to get x by itself, remember that's our variable we're solving for. I'm going to add 12. So this is just like what you guys did a great job in last unit. Sorry, I'm running out of room. 2x is less than or equal to 8. Divide by 2. And x is less than or equal to 4. So now we got to graph this guy. First we have to write in our graph. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, I'm choosing 4. So it's right in the middle. I'm going to go to 4 now. Is this going to be open or closed? Well, we already reviewed. Let me just go back a second. I think I have them somewhere. We already reviewed that if we have a greater than or less than symbol, we're going to have to fill in the hole, right? So let's go back and fill that in. We're like zooming through time here, guys. Yay, we made it back. So I'm going to fill this in, the 4. And then remember, this inequality here is telling us which way to go. So we want to go to the left. Okay, and then just practicing our interval notation. whenever we go to the left, that is going to be negative infinity. So we're going to start with negative infinity, comma, we go all the way up to 4. Okay? And when we have an infinity, we want to put the little parentheses, and then I'm going to have a square bracket because it's filled in. Okay? Let's look at number 10 is a good one. I don't know about number 10, actually. Let's see. Sorry, I wrote down the ones I wanted to go over. Now you know us math teachers, we always have second thoughts about things. I might have us just go back. I just want to do one more. Yeah, let's just do number 6. I shouldn't have skipped it. So really quick, number 6, we're back on page 12. So we move from 13 back to 12. Let's take away 2x from both sides. Right, so we're solving here. 4x minus 7 is greater than 17. I'm going to add 7 on both sides. 4x is greater than 24. Divide by 4. X is greater than 6. So the tricky part here can be graphing, right? But remember, we got our rules up here to look at and sort of help us. So I'm going to put 6 in the middle, go 2 up, and 2 below. So at 6, since it is a greater than, I'm going to put an open hole on 6. And then our arrow, this is like an arrow. The greater than symbol is telling us to go to the right. So I'm going to fill into the right. So for our interval notation, what is that going to look like? Our interval notation is going to look like we're going to start at 6 and go on to positive infinity. So I have a curve here. Now, what is this going to be? Let's check up here. Since it's greater than, it's also going to be curved. All right, guys, keep up the great work, and we will check in with you on all this awesome math stuff. So awesome job. You guys are all stars. Super proud of you. And, of course, reach out if we can help at all. Bye.